Testing 1, 2. Instantly. Alright guys, so I'm here in the garage. This is not the video I had wanted to make today. This is not the video I had hoped to ever have to make. I don't know if you guys have followed what I've been talking about with this thing for a while, or if I've even talked about it that much. But since I bought the DR, it's been steadily losing power. It already seemed kind of... Gosh, Chris, my nose on. Hey, now the light turned off. It already felt underpowered for what it should have been. Now, this thing is advertised from the factory as having 12 horsepower and some similar number for torque. Which means, especially with a 6-speed transmission, it should be able to blow a Grom off the road. Especially since the two almost weigh exactly the same. About 250 pounds, I think. Somewhere around there. But it's been able to be... It's scooter turf right there. I'll put it to you that way. It has no acceleration, and since I got this new tire put on the front, which shouldn't weigh that much more than the stock, it seemed like my top speed dropped from 60 on a slight downhill to like 45, 50 at most, which, that's not good. And unfortunately, I think I might have found the problem here. And among other things, it wouldn't idle, wouldn't warm up right, all sorts of fun stuff. So, exhaust seems a little weak, and I opened this up to see if there was any gas in the oil. I don't know if you can hear that. There's massive blow-by. I've literally got a second exhaust pipe coming out of here. There. And that's even with a crankcase breather over here going into there. So that's... I've literally got like half of the exhaust from the bike coming out of the damn crankcase. And that's just all sorts of not good. And I also misplaced my cap. That's around here somewhere. Yeah, it fell off. But yeah, so that's not good. I officially have no bike. I am bikeless for the first time in God knows how many years. Which means motovlogs are kind of no longer a thing for quite a while. Now, I will say I'd been making a video, or, well, I'd been planning on making a video about this. I've got a lot of backlogged footage from the summer's fun, which I will get into. I'm going to skip ahead from some of the footage I have and post the explanation video for that. And I'll kind of explain all that's been going on. But now I have no bike. This thing is definitely unsafe to ride. It'll probably seize up the engine before too long. Is what it is, though. I've got a 150 kit that the guy who sold me the bike, gonna hold my tongue about that. I'll just call him a thief. But anyway, he gave me a 150 kit to go with this bike. I don't know if it'll actually even fit the bike. It looks like it should. But it had no instructions, no manufacturer label, nothing. It's literally a brown box with a cylinder and piston with no other markings. So for all I know, it could be for some random Chinese engine. We're going to see. We're going to see if that'll fit. And if it does, this thing should pick up an absolute crap ton of power. Because if you think about it, this thing's been really down on power. Losing that much compression is going to absolutely kill power in its own right. Now, this is a CV carb. It relies on vacuum. It's got a little butterfly back here, but the slide is in here, and that goes up, and that's connected to this diaphragm, which goes back into the engine. Now, if it's getting that bad a blow-by, it's going to get nothing for vacuum on the engine, which means I could have this thing pinned wide open, and that slide's only going up halfway. So, it literally, I've noticed that like half throttle and full feel no different. They may literally be no different. And also, since this does have the crankcase breather, how hot is that? That's not. Crankcase breather going up into here. engine is probably trying to suck down 50-50 air and exhaust gas, which you can imagine exhaust gas don't exactly burn. So it's just, oh boy, all sorts of fun stuff. Wish it didn't have to come to this, but can't say I'm surprised. And one thing I was thinking about, he should have 3,102 miles on it. I have a strong feeling that the guy I bought this from swapped in the dash from another bike onto that, because there is no way in hell the engine is that worn out. Like, literally, it's a miracle this thing fires. There's no way the engine is that worn out at 3,000 miles unless this thing doesn't have a limiter, I should mention, unless he just held it at wide open throttle, constantly going past red lines. I don't know. Either way, I'm just going to leave you guys with that, because right now I'm just, oh boy. Peace.